Welcome to the Lee Etzler Show, a weekly wrap-up and analysis of Churubusco High School Football.
Eagles, what is your perspective? Out, out, out.
And now your host, Big Daddy Don Hyatt.
Welcome to Lee Etzler Show. I'm Don Hyatt. We're going to talk about Churubusco's 34-14 victory over Fremont. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
I lost my job and I needed help with different things like prescriptions and energy assistance and stuff. So I contacted United Way. They was the first ones that I could think of. And I went to the agencies that they gave me a list of and got the assistance that I needed from them. Because I received the help from United Way, then I'm volunteering my help out to the community, giving the help that they need.
Hey football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by the United Way of Whitley County, busconews.com, and the Churubusco News.
Welcome to Lee Etzler Show. I'm Don Hyatt. This is Lee Etzler. We're here to talk about Churubusco's opening season win over Fremont. 34-14 victory. Coach, a little bit sloppy there at the beginning.
Yeah, we made a couple big mistakes that kept Fremont in the game. We're not real happy about those. Thought the overall effort was very good on both sides of the ball and did some good things, but we need to keep from making those types of mistakes. Turnovers will kill you. Any coach will tell you that, and we had 5 to their 1, I believe. So big loss in the battle of turnovers. So we need to get those things corrected. But outside of those, thought our effort was pretty good on both sides of the ball.
A little different from last year. He had the ball in the air quite a bit last night. Alex Zalman hit 3 different receivers for touchdowns. And he also ran a kickoff back and ran in another one from 5 yards out.
Yeah, one of our philosophies going into this year, changing a little bit what we do offensively, is to showcase where our strengths are. And Alex has done a real good job so far at the position of quarterback, and we feel he's the fastest kid on our team, so we want to utilize that. He throws the ball pretty well. We want to utilize that, and in order for our offense to be successful, we're going to need him to throw, and we're going to need him to run. So he definitely showed some signs of some things he can do this year. Hopefully he can be a pretty difficult individual to defend.
On that line there, he hit probably 6 or 7 different receivers last night.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, but that's part of it too. If we're throwing the ball to one kid or we're handing the ball off to one kid, that becomes pretty easy to defend. So if we're sharing the ball in the running game and the passing game, then all of a sudden teams scheming up to defend us, they have to worry about quite a few different things. So it's important that we hit different receivers. It's important that we utilize different kids in the running game, and hopefully we can expand upon that as the season goes on.
Coach, defensively, you guys didn't seem to lose a step. You guys still got your attacking defense you've had for the last several seasons.
Yeah, didn't give up many yards. I think they had 2 first downs and 20 yards or so total offense. So the defense did a pretty good job. The thing that we were pleased with, we seemed to be getting to the football pretty well last night. And again, just like the offensive line, we have some evaluation to do on the game Friday night as far as the film is concerned. but at least from the sideline, looked like we were getting to the ball, looked like we were physical, and we're pretty stingy on what Fremont was trying to do. So, we anticipate we will have additional challenges that will be difficult for us. So we're not where we need to be yet, but it seems like a pretty good improvement. We've seen pretty good improvement here the first 3 weeks of practice, and hopefully we can carry that on.
Along with your defense being so stingy, your middle of your defense was real solid last night.
Well, one of the strengths of our defense, probably the strength of our defense, is our inside linebacker position. We have Josh Lefevre and Nicodemus back at inside linebackers, and they were pretty good last year. So, a year of gaining strength and athleticism. We expected them to be better this year, and they showed that the first game of the season. So, they're, like I said, probably the strength of our defense. Also, Brian Richardson at nose guard, did a very good job. He's a kid that's tough to get off the field, plays on the offensive line, and we substituted a little bit for him on defense, but was frustrating them up the middle a little bit. So, and whereas we have worries on the flanks sometimes, and teams spreading us out, we feel relatively confident, up the middle, just with the experience we have back.
Coach, we'll be joined by Eric Kuznar here in a little bit. A few words about him and his career here at Churubusco.
Well, he's an extremely important part of our team. Plays on the offense and defensive lines. A guy that we're not going to be able to get off the field very often. Eric came in as a freshman and started at center game one, which those types of things do not happen very often. And I guess if they happen, usually you're forced to because of depth or injury issues. And as a freshman, he was physically confident, from the first day of practice. So he's an intelligent kid. He's hard nosed. He's hard working. And now that he's a junior, it already has 2 years of varsity experience under his belt, and is one of the leaders on the offense and defensive line. So, it's hard to believe, a kid like that usually is a senior, and we have him for another year after this, which makes us happy. So, a very valuable component to our football team.
We'll be right back to talk with Eric Kuznar, Churubusco's offensive and defensive lineman.
I lost my job and I needed help with different things like prescriptions and energy assistance and stuff. So I contacted United Way. They was the first ones that I could think of. And I went to the agencies that they gave me a list of and got the assistance that I needed from them. Because I received help from United Way, then I'm volunteering my help out to the community, giving the help that they need.
Hey football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by the United Way of Whitley County, busconews.com, and the Churubusco News.
We're back with junior lineman Eric Kuznar. Eric, a little bit about the line play last night. Your thoughts on it?
It was decent for the start of the season, but we definitely need to improve. We need to get a little bit lower, play a little bit faster, be a little bit more aggressive. But it's the beginning of the season, and that's usually how it starts out.
Offensive line, you guys had created some huge holes for your running backs and for Zalman there at quarterback. What do you contribute to you being able to do that to your opponent to create the holes?
Well, Fremont was a little bit smaller than what we will be seeing, so that helped. And we did, like I said, play pretty well for the beginning of the season, and our running backs did a pretty good job. But what we did last night will not give us quite the success that we want in the future, so we definitely need to get better.
With you being a 3-year starter on offensive line, you started your freshman year as a center. You're out at tackle this year.
Yep.
How do you feel that that helps you helping the younger kids as being a leader there on the line?
It helps because I played guard last year, so I know pretty much every position. So I can kind of help the younger kids know what they need to do if they forget something. But they've done a pretty good job this year of knowing where they should be and what they should do. So I haven't had to do a whole lot.
What do you feel that it gives Busco the edge on their defense?
It definitely gives us an edge when we can hold our opponents to something like 50 yards. And we get it from flying around, out hitting our opponents. Because if we hit them at first, they don't want to hit back usually. And mental toughness on every side of the ball goes a long way in helping us win what should be some good close battles in the future.
A little bit about your coaches. What's it like playing for Coach Etzler?
It's great. He pushes us. He makes us better every day. The drills kind of get monotonous, but he helps scale us to make sure we do them to our best potential every day. So it's good.
How about on the offensive line with Coach Sade?
Same. It's good. Drills can get monotonous, but he helps us keep our head in it and helps us keep it intense. So.
Then you got Coach Doc on he's the defensive coordinator. What's your feelings on him?
Oh, he's awesome. He goes into with an awesome game plan every day, and it's good being a player and just being able to walk up to the line and have complete faith in whatever defense is called, or same goes with the offense.
Eric, looking ahead, I mean, you got another year of high school, but what are your future plans as far as going to college and what you'd like to major in? Or
I would like to major in something with communications or sports business franchise management, something like that. If the college I go to does have some kind of wrestling program, I'd like to do that. I definitely want to stay with some kind of sports when I get out of high school.
I'd like to thank Eric Kuznar for taking time to stop by and talk to us today. Next up, we'll talk with Brandon Bidding, Central Noble head coach, on his game plan against the Churubusco Eagles.
Well, play a perfect ball game, I suppose, would be my answer. The thing about Churubusco is that they're very well coached and they're a very physical ball team, and they're always fired up when they play Central Noble. And so, for us to compete where they're at and where their program is at right now, we're going to have to come in and play a flawless ball game. We're going to have to be physical. We're going to have to execute very well and go back to just solid fundamentals. But more importantly, we're just going to have to be able to play a 4-quarter ball game and try not to let the mystique of where their program's at right now overwhelm our kids.
We'll be right back to talk about the Central Noble game with Coach Lee Etzler.
I'm Eric Kuznar, and you're watching the Lee Etzler Show.
I lost my job and I needed help with different things like prescriptions and energy assistance and stuff. So I contacted United Way. They was the first ones that I could think of. And I went to the agencies that they gave me a list of and got the assistance that I needed from them. Because I received the help from United Way, then I'm volunteering my help out to the community, giving the help that they need.
Hey football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by the United Way of Whitley County, busconews.com, and the Churubusco News.
Welcome back to the show. We're here to talk about the Central Noble matchup this Friday night. Coach, a little bit about the Cougars.
Have a lot of work to do on them yet, but second year under Coach Bidding. Coach Bidding, we feel is a very good football coach, and looking at the initial film, they appear to be a much more disciplined football team. So it's obvious things are going in the right direction over there. So we're expecting a much better football team Friday night. Offensively, they're a little different look from them than what we're used to. Lots of option, flex bone option. Quarterback is the Skinner kid, appears to be their best football player, very good athlete, big strong kid, and they appear to be more solid on defense than what they have been. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us, and we understand that that's a program on the rise, and it's gonna be a tough battle for us.
I'd like to thank Coach Etzler for stopping by and talking with us today. Watch the Lee Etzler Show every Thursday night at 7:30. I'm Don Hyatt, and we'll see you next week.
This has been the Lee Etzler Show, brought to you every Thursday night at 7:30 by BuscoNews.com.